Namaskaram students. In metallurgy first part we learned concentration of ore. What is concentration of ore means? Separation of gangue particle from ore. For that we learned four methods. One is gravitation separation, froth flotation, third one leaching. Under the leaching process we studied cyanide, ammonia, alkali, acid leaching. And one more thing is magnetic separation. The next video in metallurgy second part we learned extraction of crude metal. Here two process. First of all the ore is changed as a metal oxide. For that we studied roasting and calcination. Afterward the metal oxide we have to convert it into crude metal. For that we learned reduction by carbon, reduction by hydrogen, reduction by metal, and one more method, smelting. Now in this video we are going to learn refining of crude metal. What is the meaning of crude? Crude means it is the impure one. So the metal still it has some impurities. For that we are going to learn 5 methods: distillation, liquefaction, electrolytic refining, zone refining, vapor phase method. First refining process, distillation. In this one we are going to use low boiling volatile metal. That means you should have a low boiling point and also it is evaporable one. For that zinc and mercury we are going to use. In this one the impure metal we are giving more amount of heat so that the metal changed into a vapor phase. Afterward that vapor should be cooled, that is condensed, so that we are getting pure metal, but the impurity should not be a vaporized one, so that we are separating the metal, pure metal and impurities from the distillation one. The next process is liquefaction process. In that one distillation process metal is changed into vapor. In liquefaction process the impure metal changed as a liquid form. So the impurities should have high melting point so that it cannot be changed as a liquid, but metal should have a low melting point so that it easily changes a liquid. First of all, here the impure metal is heated in sloping earth of reverberatory furnace. I already told you reverberatory furnace means it is made up of bricks, so that and also this process is carried out in absence of air and also above the melting point, so that the metal will be easily melted. Here we are getting molten pure metal, and impurities they never change as a liquid because they are having high melting point, so they are in a solid form, so they settle down. In this liquefaction we are going to use tin, lead, mercury and bismuth. In electrolytic refining, cathode is taken as a pure silver, anode is taken as a impure silver. Sometimes we get confusion which one is pure and which one is impure. For that I am going to say one abbreviation, PC. Always we say that a PC is a personal computer, but in chemistry you remember that P is a pure and C is a cathode. What is PC in chemistry? P is a pure and C is a cathode. And here we are going to take the electrolyte is acidified aqueous silver nitrate. And cathode reduction reaction will occur. For that we remember one word, CAR. What is CAR here means? Ca means cathode, R means reduction. Okay, but I now tell that a cathode what reaction occur? Reduction reaction occur. So in anode what reaction will occur? Oxidation reaction will occur. In reduction, what is reduction here means? Gain of electron. In oxidation means what? It is a loss of electron. So in anode, silver in a solid form, it lost one electron, so that it automatically the proton will increase. How many proton will increase? One electron loss means one proton will increase, so that we are getting Ag plus electron. In cathode reduction will occur so that it gain electron. Ag plus, here the Ag plus gain one electron and become as a silver metal. What metal? It is a pure metal, so that the pure metal is deposited on the cathode. Which one is impure here? The anode is impure one. The impure metal loses one electron and become as a silver ion. It travel through electrolyte and reach the cathode, and in the cathode it gain one electron. The Ag plus will gain one electron and become as a pure metal. That pure metal deposited on the cathode. Now in this electrolysis process, some less electropositive impurities are there. They settle at the anode, so they are called as anode mud. Next process is zone refining. The meaning of zone is part or fraction. We are going to refine that impure metal by part or fraction by fraction, and also using the crystallization we are going to get the pure metal. So this zone refining process based on the fractional crystallization. Next one, what's the principle we are going to use here means impurities here more soluble in molten pot, not in a solid pot. First of all, this impure metal is taken in a rod form, and the mobile induction heater is attached. The mobile induction heater is heated in a particular place, that is one end portion is melted. Afterward, the mobile induction heater is slowly moved to other place. That impurities also moved along with the heater because it choose only the molten region, but the pure metal is crystallizes. Next, we are moving that mobile induction to another place. Here also impurities moved along with that. So this process is repeated several times in same direction to get pure metal in one end and impurities in the another end. The process should be made in fraction by fraction only. And also the pure metals on heating, it may reacted with some other metal, so that to prevent that we are carried out this refining process in inert gas atmosphere. And also some metals we are using as a semiconductor. What are they? Germanium, silicon and gallium. These metals should be a pure one because we are going to use as a semiconductor, so that this metal is purified by this method because we are getting 99.49% in this zone refining process, so that we are using this process. In zone refining diagram, I showed the circular heater from one direction to another. It is moved from right to left. See the inside of mobile induction heater, it is a molten region. As per the principle, in molten region, which one is soluble? Impurities are soluble. I mentioned impurities in a rose color and metal in a brown color. So in molten region, which one is soluble? Impurities are soluble. In one end we are getting metal alone, pure metal. In another side we didn't give any heat, so that in another end we are having impurities along with that metal. Again and again we are moving the circular heater. One side alone we are getting pure metal. In another side we are having only impurities. Afterward the impurities alone will cut off, so that we are getting pure metal. Our next process is vapor phase method. How do you get the vapor? On simply heating, but here along with the metal we are giving some suitable reagent. We get a volatile compound. That compound again on heating gives pure metal. Along with that, what reagent we used first? First process is Mohn process. For Mohn process, always use nickel metal. First of all, impure nickel metal is reacted with carbon monoxide under 350 Kelvin. First of all, we get nickel tetracarbonyl. This is highly volatile compound. Again, this volatile compound on giving 460 Kelvin, it gives pure nickel along with that carbon monoxide. Here, that pure metal alone reacted with the carbon monoxide, not the impurities. The next method is Von Harkel method. It is also a vapor phase method, but when compared to Mohn process, this method is used for only zirconium and titanium. And another difference is in Mohn process we used carbon monoxide, but here we are going to use iodine. First of all, titanium in a impure form is reacted with the iodine under 550 Kelvin in evacuated vessel. We get titanium tetraiodide. It is also a volatile one. Again, this compound is heated under 1800 Kelvin by using tungsten filament. On heating, we get titanium as a pure one and iodine once again. Here also the same way in Mohn process, impurities do not react with the iodine. And pure titanium is deposited on the tungsten filament. We are getting that iodine. We can use this one once again.